The enemy is extremely hateful. The enemy you could address as it. They're mocking me right now. They put a protocol into use right now, going along with the video. Before I made the video, because they're spying on me right now. So what they're doing is that since they're spying on me, they 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 obviously are right here spying on me. Seeing me about to make a video, so they take action. So they've been spying on me for so long that they created tricks, a lot of deceptions, tricks, traps, creations from lies, deceptions, them speaking into existence. They did a lot of rituals to create a system that acts for that, does things for them, sways, it like uses sway sensations, swaying techniques from confusion, soul, let me see, mind, it has like different aspects into it, but the enemy or like the devil, that was them right there. They did that to me. They put a boot in the way. They did a whole bunch of interactions right now. Right now, as I was speaking, and that little hiccups, that little stump right there that I just stumbled up right there too, Honda Civic. So right now they're literally right now inside the imagination, in the mind or somewhere, CGI or some shit like that, and they're existing through a lot of interactions, a lot of scenes, a lot of different like a robot. Imagine a robot doing an inverted simulation of life, trying to uh, affect someone, their nervous system and stuff like that, because they're affecting me through my nervous system, my back. I have a lower back issue, so they target my back and they do simulations and like CGI simulations to my back to affect me through like a lot of different scenarios, made up scenarios and stuff like that. Like if they're existing through a lot of different like fake CGI or like lies and shit like that. Like if they got to go through a lot of dimensions and shit like that, fake realities and shit like that. You see what I'm saying? Like right now, as I'm saying it, I'm affecting them because I'm speaking directly to what they're doing on the other side. They're not here. Their bodies, they have like bodies here, but they're not here. They're not alive. They're not human. That's why I told you guys you could address them as it. They're it. They're not real. They're not human. Right there, they're doing a swaying technique because I said so. So because I said it, they take it like if a permission. And right now, I know how to speak perfect English. So like when I sound like that, like a little empty, like there's a lie in there. Like literally, you can see lies. They're assimilating lies to me right now to sway, to make me like stumble on words, like that boot and stump and the Honda Civic. It's those are things that if I focus on it, you can literally see it. So what they're doing is they're using my mind inverted and stuff. Like if my mind is inverted, it's like just like when someone is speaking and you tap into their energy by thinking about their voice and stuff like that. You think about their voice and you know what I'm saying? Like, and they tap into my energy like that through indirect ways. So they go right now, they're thinking, they're doing it right now. My left eye. So they're focusing into my left eye. They want to focus into my eye, and because they're about seeing, they see, it sees. That's how I address them. They see. Right now, they focus into my eye. They tapped into my eye indirectly. Right now, as I'm explaining what the enemy uh, are like. You see what I'm saying? So they did that shit. They went into my eye by tapping into my eyes. They're channeling their hate through things because they got to do it through indirect ways, like the devil. Like that's why I told you that the devil is dumb. They're just like the devil. The devil is dumb. Sometimes when I look to the side and stuff, my face doesn't look right, and it's dumb. They're making like they hate me extremely. To them, love is hate. They're backwards. Hold up, got a little food in my teeth. So they're extremely hateful, and I mean hate until there's nothing left. Hate on, and they're just like what you would think a robot without emotions could not be like, could act like, because they're not real, right? They're not humans. It's just like what you heard a computer or a robot without emotions could act like. But like from a human standpoint, human body, physical human body standpoint, but they're negative. They're on the negative side. So since they're on the negative side, just like the devil, they're the devil, literally. The devil is them, inverted and stuff like that. The devil is dumb and inverted. So they, it's different for them. If you're not like them, then you're on the side of God. And God is like freedom, is about freedom, truth, and stuff like that. So like you'll be able to control yourself and live your life according to freedom, respect others, and stuff like that. A lot of people do that. So they're not like that. They're about antagonism, stalking people, spying on people. Right now, they're doing their assimilations to my back right now. They're sneaking in like a thief in the night and shit. They use like terms and shit like that. And right now, since I said it, like it's a thing. It's it right there. You see it right there? I'm pointing it out to you. So right now they're trying to like assimilate. They're trying to sit. You see how I'm having a little issue speaking with all my substance like a man. Like I'm having a little like I'm being held back because they're diminishing my substance, my what what allows man to sound like man, like fully, like what I'm saying, that fullness, that godliness, that dawn of God that people have. They go after it and they swivel it, they steal it, they diminish it, they use it inadvertently. Like they go and make up lies like if they're using my substance, that's what I call it, my substance, my fullness, the done. Like if they're turning it against me, and that thing right there is it. Like if they made that thing from a lot of lies from my substance. That's one of the, so that right there is like me hating myself because he said so. They're playing a word game. They're playing a word game against me. So that's one of the things that they be doing. They go and make up, like they use, like you see how they were tapping into my left eye. They were tapping into my left eye in real time as as I'm explaining it to you. See right there, that was a fucking one of those things where they go fucking, what I'm saying, it just doesn't make any sense. They don't make any sense. So yeah, so they're trying to make me forget because I stopped. My momentum stopped. Slowed down. I slowed down. So now, so they got a lot of tricks. They got a lot of tricks because they've been spying on me. Imagine you spying on someone. After a while, you would learn their patterns. What they, especially the type of spying they be doing. They went and got inside of my mind through their tactics, their indirect ways, their simulations and stuff like that. And they went through my memories and stuff like that. And because I'm related directly to God, me here as a human, what they did was they went through my memories and learned how to tap into my godhood. I'm not lying to you. Anyways, you don't have to believe me. So they learned how to tap into they learned about my godhood, my memories. They went back and forth through my memories, they literally studied me for like 2 years now. That's like 2 years I've been living here almost. And they've been studying me and studying me. It's all about me. Literally, it's mostly, if not all, about me, Julio. It's Julio, because I'm related to God. I said it before. And since I said it, oh, he's related to God. So right away, they started studying me. My neighbor, Jamie Manna, started studying me and stuff like that. And how do I learn what he's like and what he do and how he operates? And he started thinking about all these things, like, and I was over here nonchalant because my back was throbbing and I was hurt and stuff like that. And so he started learning off of me, and I was just like, whatever, like, just nothing they could do. It's the devil, whatever. I was nonchalant about it, cause like, and so he started doing things and saying things until one day he started saying words that made me feel a certain type of way, like fluctuating. And I was like, oh shit, he did it. He found a word that made me feel some type of way. Like this is not supposed to happen. I know. You see what I mean? Because God is about knowing the truth, honesty, confidence, you know what I'm saying? The good stuff, positivity. You could even lie too, as long as you don't use it for bad. You see what I mean? So it's the good side. They're on the negative side. They're negative. They're bad. So they're full-blown devils. Like the devil is dumb, literally. They're that bad. They're so bad that the devil is dumb, inverted and shit like that. You see what I mean? And when I'm saying it right now, they're fluctuating and shit because I'm saying it directly, exactly what they are like. You see what I mean? What it is like. They're nothing. They're nothing. Correct it with the quotes. Because, you know what I'm saying? If I don't say it, like, if I don't say it perfectly sometimes, they act like that's some kind of like permission and shit. Like they could do something off of it. Like if they're taking my words out of context. See what I'm saying? And like I told you, I don't know how to speak perfect English. That's why I'm sounding a little off right now because they're playing with my substance. Like I sound like a man. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm from the Bronx. I'm from the Bronx, New York. I'm from the hood. Like New York is the hood. So like I sound hood, you know what I'm saying? Like that's normally what I sound like. But they went and started stifling my substance away. See, stifling, it has a little like lie deception right here. Like literally right there. You can see that thing right there, right there. You see? I just showed it to you, that thing. That's me? Not really. They want to change it or something. Anyways, but they're about lies, deceptions, negativity. They act normal. They act like normal people, but they're not normal. They're not like normal people. They have hidden agendas. They carry out agenda. It's about mystery, fantasies. Sometimes when you're telling them something that's real, they zone out and they speak to you from a numb perspective because they can't handle the truth. Some of them, they go and do it in ways that, you know, like inadverted and shit like that. So they're able to bypass sometimes when you point out the truth. Not all the time, because when you point out that they're using a tactic inadverted, that's directly pointing out the truth about what they did to not be affected. Okay, the quotes will be added now every time, even if I call them they are, if I say they are, be and stuff, because they're not human, they're not beings, they're not. So the quotes are there always corrected. So you see what I mean? Like, so I've found myself having to explain myself a lot lately because of the level of targeting they got on me. And then before I was just nonchalant, I was myself, I was enjoying my privacy, whatever the case, until I bought this house. When I bought this house, it was like game on. He's somewhere. He's somewhere all the time. So now we could focus our efforts there. You see what I'm saying? So that's what they did. They just simulated a fallen angel um, flying, zooming through the screen and stuff like that. Says a lie. No, deception. Me, them. Yeah. So, anyways, I know how to pinpoint the truth about them and stuff like that. And they took advantage of me because I was over here hurt, and because the devil is dumb and inverted and stuff like that. They're pretty much the devil. You know what I'm saying? Like the devil, or whatever the case is. They just kept going, like they wouldn't stop, and they disrespected me like to levels that a lot of people would just go and kill. They went beyond. They still doing it to this day, and I mean like disrespectful, like to the yeah, like they do disrespect. Like I'm telling you, they're the devil. So imagine disrespect. That's one of the things the devil embodies, or that the devil does, that the devil likes to deal with. You see what I'm saying? They disrespect. It's arrogance. So imagine, because I speak the truth and I expose them. That's what I do normally. I usually do make video. Most of my videos are about exposing the satanic network amongst us. That little stumble right there, that's them too. You see what I mean? So I'm pointing out exactly what's going on. And they did an inverted tactic so that they can't be swayed, like fluctuate so that they don't fluctuate and stuff like that. But they still gonna fluctuate anyways because I know how to bypass their lies, their tricks, their word games. So they're playing word games right now. Like when they say stuff, they just say stuff, right? So they're saying stuff, and ever since, cause I was teaching people how to say stuff in order to structure their life in the future, how to pretty much build their future now, so that when they grow up, they could pan out. It could pan out to what they said in the past. You see what I'm saying? Like I know how to do that. I put myself in the position I am now, and I knew I was gonna go through this that I'm going through back then. I saw it. I knew that I was gonna go through it back then, now, and I'm going through it right now as I saw it or knew it back then. I knew it. I just saw it. I was, oh shit, here there's gonna be a lot of confusion. I couldn't see exactly what was going on because my neighbor, he went and tapped into my godhood by saying things, and he created like he went into the lowest levels that I've ever seen. Like, yo, my neighbor, he's done things to me from within that most people would kill for. He used my enemies against me. He used my dead relatives against me. He's done things that a lot of people would kill for. I confronted him. I wanted to hit him, punch him in the face. And since he was using like a mockery style of my knowledge and stuff, like, because I know everything, literally. I literally know all the most important things. So he went and tapped into that side of me, and he started like seeing things and using knowing through seeing, saying things. So he knows by seeing. You see what I'm saying? Because they can't know. They don't know. They're not about knowing. You see what I'm saying? So he tapped into my godhood, and he went like so I created a lot of things. I created the future from back then, and it's panning out exactly as I created it, as I laid it out. So he went back into my memory all the way to the beginning, around the time when I did stuff, and he can't go to certain places, but he went there. And then he made believe like if he did everything inadverted from that point on. So he does a lot of inadverted tricks, and he believes like if everything is inadverted, and then he put himself at a higher level of God inadverted, like if he's higher than me inadverted, like if he's God inadverted. Like literally me pointing this out is completely destroying him right where he is within. See what I'm saying? So like, because I'm pointing it out directly, I don't speak about this a lot, but this is exactly some of the things that my neighbor Jamie Mena next door to me did. I could literally just walk out right now outside into my front driveway and point to his house, and you could feel the energies right now targeting me. He's targeting me right now as I'm speaking to you. Maybe, okay, is he? The yes, you saw the yes right there, right? So they're doing an inadverted tactic from my brains, my mind and stuff. They tap into my mind. So when I read, sometimes it's like they tap into my internal voice, and they start to use my internal voice and work through my intelligence. And like if they created a way to affect me inadvertently through a house that doesn't exist in the imagination, in their realm. You see what I'm saying? So like if they created a house and I'm the house, and they go into my house and they go into certain places in the house, like the back of the house, it's supposed to be like the brain or some shit like that, the cerebellum or something like that, or they go to certain places, and that's like where where my knowing is, or my information, and they go and tap into those things through interactions that they do, simulation, mockery. You see what I mean? You get it by now, so I don't have to explain much now. You see exactly what I'm going through now. You know exactly what I'm going through. I'm being stalked to the highest level that I've ever seen anyone get stalked. And I brought this on myself so that I could expose them. So I was ready for this, but not with a hurt back. My hurt back, put a plot twist on things, because I was ready. I was like, whatever, you do it to me, I could take it. I've been in the army. I went to Iraq and stuff like that. Like I'm ready, like, you know, I'm proficient and all that. So, and since I know how to defend myself, the problem is that me being hurt over here, they put a lot of fake pain on my back. And I mean a lot. It was just like devilish pain. Like you could literally, because they would say things like, like they would make it like if my back is hurting to the, like a hell level. Like if, yo, and my back would hurt like a lot more, like way more than what it was supposed. Like my pain was like minimal, and they would make it that so that, and I would be literally in a lot of pain, like huge. It was a fucking enormous, the amount of pain, fake pain, that they would add to my back. They would assimilate, like if they're pressing a lever, like if they're, you know, racing a lever and stuff like that, like in a computer sometimes in the screen you just like go, you know, go like this and shit like that, and the lever goes up. Like they would assimilate my back to that, and then put fake pain, like fill it up. I do a lot of, you know, say things or put like words in there or and shit like that, or do rituals, and then assimilate, and then act like my back is connected, synced to the lever, and they would raise my pain. Sometimes they would do it slowly, and sometimes they would just try to like raise it all the way. When I smoke weed, that's another fucking issue too, because they go like this. When I'm smoking, at a certain point, they would go and act like they're running inside of me through my spine or through a hallway, and they're going inside of my psyche and shit like that. And they don't want me to think clear. They don't want me to have knowing. They don't want me to know. They don't want me to use my ideas. They don't want me to defend myself. So what they do is they act like they're stealing the knowledge that I get from smoking weed. Because a lot of people, when they smoke weed, you get enlightened. If you don't smoke a lot of weed, obviously, if you take one pull, you'll be social and you won't be too hot and foggy and stuff like that. So, you know what I'm saying? So it could help with concentration and stuff like that. So, they since they been spying on me so long, and I was smoking. I had to quit weed. I had to quit smoking weed because of them, and pain related issues too, because the pain was being agitated because of me smoking weed and feeling what you call it, like sensitive. So anyways, so they learned how to tap into the weed right at the point when I'm getting high. The moment that the high starts to set in, they go and simulate it, like if it's the in-adverted, like if it's, instead of me getting high, I'm getting low and foggy and oh fuck that. And all I do is just smoke once. Like I take one pull, literally one little drag, so I could be good and stuff like that. I know how to smoke weed. A lot of people just get high and they don't know how to use it. If you use it right, it can help you a lot. It can help you focus and structure your life. That's what I did a lot of, for a long time in my life. They're going like this and doing mockery shit on me right now. They're like, if they're going to use some of the things that I said to keep stalking me. They're the devil. They're literally like the devil, bro. Like they're not gonna stop as long as I live here. After I'm gone here, after I'm gone from here, it's done. That's it. Like it's not gonna continue. Yeah, the Ryan Garcia. Someone just mentioned it. The Ryan Garcia. Remember when Ryan Garcia, the boxer, he was sounding all fucked up, like he couldn't speak. Like he knows how to speak English, but he wasn't able to speak English. Someone just came literally and someone just came and asked a projection for him and said that right now, literally. The enemy. It sounds like the enemy was. So anyway, so they were doing that to Ryan Garcia, and now they're doing that to me. And I would speak to Ryan Garcia through telepathic ways because I know how to do that. And I would help him and stuff like that. I would tell him like, yo, you're being stalked. Like his mom's too is in the Illuminati and shit like that. Because a lot of women, they're mostly internal. You know what I'm saying? Like they're from within, and they do a lot of like fantasy shit. Like that's why a lot of men like don't like socializing with women too much, because women are different than men. Some men are like that too, because the Illuminati or whatever the case is, you know what I'm saying, to get pussy or whatever the case is, sometimes when you get a lot of sex, you start to gain traits from women. You start to act like women. Even if you're tough or whatever, you become softer. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like a lot of men could become like women by having a lot of sex with women, because women do a lot of occultic, ritualistic shit. You see what I'm saying? So I'm exposing stuff that you never hear. And you're never going to hear the amount of truth that I'm telling you about the satanic side. Not even in church. A lot of people in church, some people in church have it together in the fact that they know about the satanic side, and the people amongst us that do satanic shit, they just don't have it all together, like to the point that I have it. They think it's witchcraft, and a lot of them actually know what's going on, that they're the negative side and they're there like the devil, and they say things and play mind games. A lot of them have it together, like, I'm not gonna lie. So I should go back to churches, if anything, because I'm by myself now, and they target me because I'm by myself. The devil, you know what I'm saying, is something surreal. If you ever been targeted and you know what I'm talking about, you know how fucked up it could feel to be targeted. You just there knowing that they're there, ignoring it and stuff like that, because any little fluctuation or anything, they could start to try to like take liberties with you, and then you got to go and take action, physical actions with those individuals. You see what I'm saying? Because usually when you hear voices in your head, it's usually someone doing it. It's not, it just doesn't just happen out of nowhere. Anyways, so 26 minutes into the video, you heard my voice change, my substance being played with, swiveled and shit like that, swayed and all that. And I literally exposed the enemy on this video. So you guys gotta wake up and take this a lot more seriously. Oh, look, you see how I did this right here, and they're simulating like if I'm doing the Baphomet symbol. That's an inverted lie, inverted like tactic strategy that there is. Anyways, so you guys gotta wake up, better wake up and get rid of the enemy, because all their tricks only work as long as they're here, as long as their bodies are here. I was about to quote that. I already did that. So yeah, you heard me sound flat, empty within. You saw the boot and the Honda in there, like if they went and did like one of those fast simulations amongst many scenes and situations, fake scenarios, for them to affect me indirectly through the burp right now. That's them, is it? No? Yes? So right now they're trying to make me burp to see if they could gain amplitude. The amplitude, like if, because they're empty, so they got to fill themselves with stuff from good people. So we're literally here, and if you don't know that they're there, then they may try to like ordinate things in your life to either make you go crazy, try to like make people kill you or rob you. I'm not saying that it will happen. I'm not saying that that's the case directly with everyone, but they have done it. There's sometimes when you're hanging out with someone and you hear them saying stuff that you may not even believe. Like, you know, the saliva trick. That's another trick that they started using lately. When they go like this, and then they assimilate that to me through rituals and indirect ways, like they just did right now. And when I do it, when I swallow saliva, that's literally not real. I don't have a need to swallow saliva. There's no saliva in my mouth. So you see, now they're spitting it. Now they go and spit because they got caught. That's a ritual. That's one of those satanic. So they literally, one of them literally did that shit. They made one of them do that shit. And when they did that, saliva appeared in my glands or in my mouth. Literally, that's a lie. That's something that shouldn't be allowed. You see what I'm saying? So they got to be eliminated, all of them. Now they're going, yes, like they want to use that as some kind of like way to elevate that trick, to give it more. And now it's going down. And they may try to use inadvertentness to try to like pick it up, but it's not going to work because I'm literally exposing it. I literally exposed the whole fucking thing. All I got to expose is exactly who did it, which now you know if you're not with them. If you're not like them, now you know exactly who did it, how they did it, and why. Where they live, their face, name, all the relevant information, you know, and the rest of them as needed for me with them. Yo, they've done a lot of crazy shit to me. They just literally did a fucking trick right now. Look, now they're trying to do it in a way, like a phantom way and shit like that. And they made the thing like stop or sway away or some shit like that. So literally, like, I got a system too. I know I got tricks too. They learn from me. So I'm way higher than they could ever go. What they do is they go and unite against me, and they got thousands of them, literally, like watching me, spying me on me. They put people that don't know any better to do things to me that it's not even their fault. You see what I'm saying? So those are the results of being ignorant in life. And look, there's saliva there. Lie. They said it before I said it. So they're using some kind of like being in front of me, like in the future inadverted, or in the past inadverted, one of those. Like if they seeing it before I do it, and they're calling it out before I do it. You see what I'm saying? And I just called out some of the things that they're doing. Like if they're ahead inadverted or some shit like that before me inadverted, and they're doing it probably through my brains, my mind, or they look, I'm about to swallow this spit and deception right there. Because it's literally in there. Like, you know, if you feel like there's spit, you know. And now I swallow, having exposed them and what they want to do. So what they do is, when I did that, they act like they did everything all at once that they wanted to do. They usually go and act like they do everything all at once. They create dimensions, like they have a system that they call it the whole thing. And the whole thing is composed of many tricks that they learned from me, put together in one trick. They got other tricks too. MCI, Silver Surfer, Dr. Xavier. They collected many tricks from many other Satanist devil worshippers and individuals that didn't know any better, that were being put against me and stuff like that. And they created like packages against me. Like Freemasons, the occultic society, they got this wall. It's a wall, and it's got like tricks and inverted and stuff like that, traps and stuff like that embedded into it. And when you go and look into Freemasonry, they're satanic and do rituals and stuff like that. They're like one of the main satanic societies in America, if not the main. Right there, I swallowed again, but there was nothing. There was something attached to it. Yes. That's what it says. Yes. So what they did was they did it. Like I said, they go and do it all at once. When I do it, they want me to do it one by one. They don't want me to defend myself. They don't want me to defend myself. They don't want me to have friends. They don't want me to have fun. It's just like what you heard the devil is like. They're just like they don't have any empathy. They don't have the empathy. They don't have the level of empathy that normal human beings have. They don't have it. They're not like us. They're not normal. They're not real. They act like they're real. Sometimes they tell you the truth, but they're lying within. Sometimes like they may tell you a lot of things that are true, but within they're speaking lies. Like if they're inverting their lies and using rituals and stuff like in indirect ways to tell you truth things, or deception. It's pretty much a deception. It's not really the truth, but it sounds exactly like the truth. You see what I mean? Like they're just like the devil. A lot of them have found ways to do stuff. Like they're not all on the same level. But now that I'm speaking to you about certain things, sometimes they go and fill them with information. They got like packages that sometimes when they come across another Satanist and they don't know much about Satanism, they come against me and I annihilate them or whatever the case. They go, hey, come here. And they just put them to the side and they start to fill them up with information if they see that they're useful to their organization or whatever, or you know, against me and stuff like that. And they'll go and fill them up, like, so in a few seconds they'll go and fill them up about me, Julio, and he represents God and he knows a lot and we learned this much and these tricks, and you fall into the traitor category, or you know, the Baphomet category, and this is how you are and stuff. And they'll tell them a lot of things in like a matter of a few seconds. So in a matter of like a minute, they already would have lived through a lot of like fake lives and stuff like that, like literally in seconds. Like they exist through life, like fake realities and shit like that. They filled with information, so they become like better at lying or deceiving people. You see what I mean? Right now, they have a trick that when they say it, when I say it, to tap into my sound wave, my energy, my substance through me. And the moment they say it, when I say it, they go, whoo, and they go and do it all at once. But what they usually they go into the moment, like, if, they go into a place that they go like this, and they create like a place within there that's like reality. Like, it's almost like fucking reality, like, and shit like that. But it's like, they go into places that into dimensions that they created out of lies, deceptions, and shit like that, in their little fucking different scenario, fucking CGI shit, right? Flickering shit, the flicker. I call it now I'm calling the flicker, the flickering, the flicker existence. And they created a place that they're God in there, like if they're gods, and they're all gods, and they have like eternal like knowledge, not knowledge but information. They see it in ways like gods, and they know through seeing or saying. They say what they know in order to keep like give the perception like if they know. They don't know, like I told you. So they find ways, tricky ways, to assume like if they're alive, and like if so they want to have it both ways. Like if they're within, they exist within solely, but they want to be here too, like if they're alive, like if, because they're not, they can't be alive. The moment you bring them to life, that's when they die. That's death to them. You see what I'm saying? Because they exist within. Anyways, I gave you guys so much information about the enemy, and you even saw some of their tricks being performed on this in this video, as you've seen it yourself. And as even till right now, you could hear me sounding different than I'm supposed to. I don't sound inconsistent. I'm confident. I go all the way through. Right there, when I did this right now, they put the jerk off sensation, like if they want me to jerk off, so that I could feel weak and they could take advantage of me. You see, they do a lot of crazy shit. Sometimes I look at babies and they put sexual shit like cum and gooey shit, like if they try to make me look like a pedophile sometimes. And I'm not even about that. I never once had sex with any little kids, yet alone a baby. I don't even see kids. I see kids and I'm like, oh, they're so cute. And, like, I don't really see kids like that. And I was saying yes, like I do and shit like that. They're fucking the devil, bro. Like, so think about it. Not once I ever had sex with kids, but they'll tell you otherwise and shit like that, because they hate me. They truly, extremely hate me. So like I said, I go to the supermarket, sometimes I see kids and stuff like that, and they give off the sensations like if I'm a pedophile, like if I want babies, like if I want to fuck little kids or babies, like, yo, shit that you would kill for. I never once have ever had sex with one kid. Never, not even a 17-year-old, not even a 17-year-old. I've never in my life even done it. I did it once with an 18-year-old when I was like in my 20s, and I felt guilty. Like, oh shit, she's fucking young and shit like that. Like, oh, what the fuck? What did I do? Like, so that goes on to tell you how, because I always wanted older women, you know what I'm saying? So anyways, they're malicious. They're just like the devil. The devil is them, in-adverted. So imagine. So yeah, so I gave you guys so much information. This is like a 40-minute video worth of information about the enemy, the devil, and stuff like that. Lucifer, Satan, Baphomet, and stuff like that. And so yeah, and they're stalking me right now. My name is Julio Romano, and I'm a victim of the devil. Not a victim. I'm gonna correct myself because I did this to myself. They're the victims because I'm doing it to them. I'm literally the one that's torturing them as they're coming at me, because I represent God. So them coming at me after me, stalking me and all that is hurting them. They refuse to let me go because they got to do something about it. I'm over here exposing them, and they want to like annoy me and like, you know what I'm saying, do shit to try to like mess with my patience and stuff like that. So like, I'm not really the victim here. They're the victims here by coming after me. I made it so that they come after me. I told them to come after me. I literally invited them, like, yo, you guys should stalk me. You guys should play mind games with me. So, and I did that for a reason, so that I could expose them to you. So now I'm gonna go and let everyone else that won't watch this video, that should know about this type of stuff, everything I said in this video, because I know how to do it, and it'll be done. Because they like to say, right now they inverted the sensation of the truth going and telling people what I want them to know, and there's no way to stop the truth. So they're gonna know anyways. If you're watching the video, then now you know what the enemy are like. So stay tuned, subscribe, leave a like, spread the word, and tell people what I told you about. But watch out, use your senses, because sometimes like the enemy are the enemy and the non-enemy are the non-enemy. You know what I'm saying? So you'll be able to tell who's who, even if they're using tactics. Because even if they try to like assume like if they're exactly the same as us, they're not. The enemy are the enemy. They can never hide their true intentions. Even if they hide it, it could be found. You know, like, so anyways, so stay tuned, right?